In Java, an interface can extend another interface. So let's look at the interface A here. It has a method called test A. Okay. Since it's a interface, all the methods have to be abstract, so it cannot have a body. Then I have an interface B, which has a method called test B. So I have two interfaces, interface A, interface B. Interface A has a method called test A, interface method B has a method called test B. Now I can create an interface C that can extend both interface A and interface B. Okay, notice here this interface is extending more than one interface, but a class cannot extend more than one class. A class can extend only one class, but a class can implement multiple interfaces. Okay, but an interface can extend multiple interfaces. So what happens is this interface C basically inherits all the methods from interface A and all the methods from interface B. So now interface C will basically have test A that it inherits from interface A. It has the method test B that inherits from interface B, and it has its own method called test C. So interface C now has three abstract methods. Two that it has inherited from the parent interfaces and one of its own. So any class which implements interface C, if it is a concrete class, then it has to provide implementations for all the three methods. Okay, so now let's look at an example of a class which implements interface C. So I have this demo interface which implements interface C, and if you see here, this class basically provides implementations for all of them. Let's say I don't provide implementations for A and B. I comment out these two lines, these two methods. Now see what it says. The type must implement the inherited abstract method test A, and it must implement the inherited abstract method test B. Do you see that? So what I can do is, to fix this problem, one way is to make this class also abstract. Or if I don't want to make this class abstract, I have to provide the implementations for these two methods. So I will just go and uncomment those two lines. And then in my main method, I will create an object of this class. So when I create an object of this class, I can say new, and then now I have to give a class. This class implements interface C. So I told you, when a class implements an interface or when a class extends another class, there is a is-a relationship. Inheritance is a is-a relationship. Whenever you have an is-a relationship, like if a circle is a shape, a circle class inherits from the shape class. So an object of the circle class can be assigned to a variable of type shape, right? Similarly, this demo interface inheritance implements interface C. So you can say that demo interface inheritance is an interface C. Whenever you have an is-a relationship, I said you can assign that to a variable of that interface. Now I can say test A. See, I can invoke all those methods. Test B and test C. Let's run this program. Got it? Now let's do one more thing. Okay, I will create an interface B. and here I'll say my B. And so now there is an easy relationship between demo interface inheritance and interface B, because demo interface inheritance class, it is an interface C, it is an interface B, it is also an interface A. So there is an easy relationship between the class that implements those three interfaces to all the three interfaces that it implements. Okay, but now with this object my B, if I say dot test, it only has test B. It does not have test C and test A, because that interface type has only test B in it. So I can invoke only test B now, even though it's an object of that. But if you want to make it go and implement test C, what you can do is you can cast it to this. Now you are converting my B to an interface C. See, now I can invoke any of those methods. It's an explicit cast, because you know that this my B is pointing to this object, and that object implements interface C, so it can be assigned to an interface C. So let's run this. See that? Invoke test B and test C. So this is how inheritance works with interfaces.